It's the second Sunday of Lent, dear friends, and I wanted to share a few words of reflection on our readings for the second Sunday of Lent. I remember a couple of months ago, I had to make a transition to a new location. I had been living in San Francisco for about 7 years, and I had to move from San Francisco to another location. And the night before I made that move, I loaded my car, and as I went to bed, I was intensely afraid. And I kept asking myself, are you making the right decision? Are you sure this is where God is calling you? As I read the readings from Genesis chapter 12 about Abram's experience, this is what came to mind for me, the fear that I experienced. And I wondered if Abram had perhaps the same element of that fear of going to the unknown. Remember, God said to him, just pack up, leave your kindred, leave your father's land, leave where you are, and just go to an unknown place where I will direct you. But there was no map, there was no GPS, right? It was just pack up and go. And Abram did this, trusting that the Lord would guide him and lead him to the right path. We're in the season of Lent, and maybe you're on your Lenten journey already. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're afraid to start. Maybe you're afraid that if you start the journey, that you may not complete it. Don't be that way. Abram trusted the Lord even when he did not see the outcome. I would encourage you to begin that journey of Lent today. Today is the opportunity for you. Begin that journey today. And you can see to Abraham for strength and for example. He began that journey not knowing where he was leading, but he trusted the Lord. Every spiritual journey is not going to be easy. St. Paul, in our second reading, in 2 Timothy, write to Timothy, his protege, and at this time Paul is writing, he is in prison in Rome, and he says, bear the hardship of the gospel, bear your share of the hardship of the gospel with discipline, he says. Do this with discipline. Lent is a time of discipline. We have to be able to discipline ourselves. And I shared this with people in church today. If you wake up every day and you do not feel in your body like you are doing Lent, like you're depriving yourself of something, maybe you have to rethink the Lent that you are doing. But as we struggle on this path to holiness during this Lenten season, Jesus takes the disciples to the mountain and he gives them a foretaste of the glory that will be theirs when they get back to heaven or when they go to heaven. And I remember St. Paul, that line in St. Paul where he says, I have run the race, I have reached the end, all that is left is for the crown of glory which the Lord of glory will bestow upon me. Jesus gives the disciples a foretaste of that glory that Paul speaks to. It was so brilliant, and they could not even behold that glory. Only Jesus was in the presence of that glory. And so, if the journey is hard, the journey of life, your spiritual journey, your Christian journey, the journey of Lent, don't give up, because there is so much that awaits us in heaven. Our lives here are transitory, but heaven is where our permanent home is. And so, my friends, if you haven't begun that journey, either following Jesus or renewing yourself during this Lent, today is the time. He has promised to be there to support us. God was there for Abram and for Timothy, and he shows us the glory that awaits us. And so, today is your time to begin if you have not begun it. And God bless each one of you. Thank you.